Alom, welcome. I'm really interested in your own story because I think it is harder probably to come from a devout Muslim community and become an outspoken humanist than it is for somebody from a Christian community.
Unfortunately, I think that's true. And I work with an organization called Faithless, which tries to help people from backgrounds like my own, Jehovah's Witness, and other faiths which are more difficult to leave, I would say, than a kind of straightforward Church of England Christianity.
So tell me a little bit about the journey you went on, because you're brought up with the Quran, you're brought up going to mosque and surrounded by that faith. What is it that started to make you question?
I think the same thing that probably happens with an awful lot of people who eventually accept their atheism, which is that they never really bought into it. Even as a child, the stories I was being told about God never really made sense to me. So there wasn't a dramatic moment for me. It was just a gradual acceptance of the fact that I personally could not believe what I was being told about a God. Yeah, I think people often assume that science played a role in my journey towards atheism, but I really must be clear about this fact that I think an awful lot of very young children find it very difficult to believe in this character of a God who controls everything and so forth. I think.
So what sort of age are we talking about?
I really think it's not an intellectual journey. I think it's an emotional response we have to this idea of a God from a very young age. And then I think as we grow older and we learn more about the world, we also intellectually come to the conclusion that these stories simply do not make sense. And that is not to dismiss religion or to criticize people who do believe. I think it's a personal response to the world. I think all of us want to make sense of the world. All of us have different ways of making sense of the world. And for a lot of us, the God hypothesis simply doesn't work.